What's up, everyone? Axel here of Axetruth.com, and this is where I cut through the bullshit. And I call this one. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is about this housing. Everyone, if you're not aware, we're getting ready. No, the housing market is crashing, but the rental market is crashing too. It was bound to happen. I said it when you saw all of a sudden all these skyrocketing rents. They was raising rents all over the country, just raising rents. You know, investors was buying up a lot of property, buying a lot of houses. Foreign investors buying property. Atlanta is one of the number one places in the country where investors were buying property. They were going through Atlanta. They were calling people. They were doing robocalls on people's phone to buy their houses. And guess what? What goes up must come down. And when you I just love this news, finding this out today. Okay, these rates are dropping, and the inventory of rental properties are surging. Now, let's keep in mind that, wait a minute, if you live, depending on where you live at, in Atlanta, we have a lot of new construction going on here of apartment buildings. I see them everywhere. I'm going like, who are they building all this for? You know, because I know someone that works at another property, on another property. They have a vacancy. They have a lot of vacancies at this apartment, and that's not good. They don't want to have a lot of vacant units. Nobody's leasing. And they're building new apartments. Now, here's the kicker here. Atlanta is the number one market in the country of where investors are buying property. In 2021, 40% of the homes that were bought in Atlanta was by investors. And in some zip codes, it was 60%. One of our own choppers' home was bought by an investor, a foreign investor. I think it was Sweden or something like that. Sweden or Switzerland. They're not here. And they're going to jack the rent up so high. And the problem with jacking these rents up, the salaries out here are not paying that. Who makes 3 times the rent for a 1-bedroom is almost $2,000 a month? In what world? What world is someone paying that for rent? Greed. See, I love this. I love what's happening. This is what needs to happen. Greed always sink everything. They're gonna have it's gonna be a big fire sale at the end of this. I mean, because of the inventory. The inventory has, okay, so you have, now we have evictions. Evictions have, the evictions are getting ready to surge. I think, let me look on here. How many evictions they're predicting? Let me see. Right now, there are 3.6 million evictions in backlog. Evictions, 3.6 million evictions. It's vacant properties, homes, whatever. That's going to be backlog. After that, you have not only the new construction, you have these investor properties that people have bought. Nobody's leasing those, renting those, because the rents are too high. You can't either you can't qualify for it financially, but if you do figure out a way to qualify for it and get in there, what's going to happen when you really can't afford it? They're going to get in there and not pay. Then you're going to have to get evicted, and then they go into a backlog. This is a mess, but this is what they get. This is exactly what they get. This is greed. And we're now in another housing bubble that's burst. It's burst, and it's worse than 2008. And it was the same shit. Overvalued houses. I remember last year, my cousin who works in real estate, she told me, she said, I don't know, I don't have any inventory. I said, what? She said, I don't have any inventory. Anybody wanting to buy a house under $200,000, She said, she's not gonna, she's not gonna be able to, she's not gonna be able to find, she can't find it. They didn't have that. If it was, if it's a house under $200,000, it was a piece of crap. Because everybody was buying and buying, and these investors was out here buying property, buying houses, buying them, and these realtors was selling, because they're selling. But you're not gonna sell? I don't care who's buying it. And now here's the crash. So I want you to see this chart right here. I call this shit. I said it's not sustainable. I knew when they started this. I said that's not sustainable. Gonna jack up the rent like this all over the country. Look at this. You see here? This is just this year. Right here. From September of last year and July and April, and then September of this year. You see where the rents were and how they just went up, and now that big plummet right there. And now the 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom is about meeting under 12%, and that's gonna go down. And once it start going down, it's going down. It's going down. See, I like this because this is what they get for trying to be greedy, trying to take advantage of middle class people, working people. What they did here in Atlanta, bought up a lot of properties in low income neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, and jacked the rent up to where nobody can afford that over there. See, what's going to happen with all these vacant homes and everything? And these foreign investors? Because we have 100 million single family homes in this country, and 28 million of those single family homes are owned by investors. So we got 28 million homes owned by investors. Now, some of these investors are in the United States. A lot of them are in other countries. So you think they're monitoring that property? You think they got somebody watching it, going by, checking it? What's going to happen is going to have a lot of squatters moving into these vacant houses. A lot of people just moving in these investor-owned housing. And they're going to have to go through all that paperwork and civil litigation and everything to get their asses up out of there. It's going to be a mess. But this is what they get. This is what greed gets you. But they keep doing this. Nobody goes to jail behind this scam. I don't understand it. See, nobody went to jail behind. They locked up a few people in 2008. There should have been a lot of people locked up in 2008. But no, especially Wall Street. But it's going to be with the number of evictions adding to the inventory, the new construction. We have, let's see, hold on, let's see. Okay, let me see. What is it? New construction here? We have, how many new construction I have here on this thing? We have over 850,000 units of under construction. 850,000 new construction units. And that's just, and when I say units, I mean not new construction units. Meaning it could be a whole apartment. It's a whole apartment complex. That's not 850,000 single units. These are 850,000 apartment complexes, stacking packs. They're building everywhere with nobody renting. Like I said, my friend who works in leasing at an apartment complex here, and it's not even a new apartment complex. He said that they have a low occupancy, high vacancy over there. They got a lot of vacant apartments. That's not good. And he's a leasing agent. He said, I can't even lease an apartment. Somebody come in here, they'll look. I'll try my best to get them to sign the lease. Get them to get a lease. So what's going to happen? We're going to have a market that's going to have all this inventory, and they're going to need to rent, especially these investors. Either they're gonna need to sell that property and take a loss, which I doubt they'll do that. A lot of them will, or they're gonna bring that rent down and realize I'd rather have somebody in here paying some money than no money, and let me do something that's reasonable instead of something that's unreasonable. And it's crazy what they have done, but hey, this is what greed gets you. They running around. I mean, I knew this was going to happen. I called this out along. I said that's not sustainable. Them raising the rent like this. Where I saw a father had to go co-sign for his daughters to get an apartment with his salary to say he would back them up on the rent and the jobs they had. But he said that who makes this kind of money? I think he uploaded a video either on YouTube or Instagram talking about this. He said, "Who makes this type of money?" So I knew. I said, "This is not sustainable. It's not sustainable." Since they wanted, that's the word, sustainability. What they have done is not sustainable, and now it's crashing. And a lot of investors, I think, are going to end up losing a lot. They're going to lose on this. Put your comments below. Tell me what you think about this. Because I think this is important because we're getting ready to go into some weird times because in this economy, and it's been created, manufactured on purpose. But it serves these investors right on what they were doing, going into all these cities, buying up all these properties to turn it into a rental haven, thinking they're going to make a lot of money on rent. Overpriced rent at that. Put your comments below, share the video, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you like my content, you can hit me on my Cash App at CashAp $Axetruth or the links below, or check out my website and buy some of my merch, because I am the originator of the Kill-Aid shirt with Rise International. Peace out, everyone.